Recording in progress.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Yeah, hope everyone is well and good. Okay, so we have Jenny here who just joined us. I'm just going to mute you. And we are going to get started already. So welcome to our session tonight on the business side of Lifewave. And I hope that you guys are prepared. I mean, there's a few of you, I think, who are fairly new. I hope, that I won't be running so quick to the point that you cannot keep up. But, well, your leader is here. So by all means, ask them as well after this meeting. And, we have our normal weekly BOPs where we have the business side of it also that you can attend on a weekly basis. Okay, so to get started right now, how to win with Lifewave. Okay, and we are going to talk about the compensation plan, the business plan, which means the same thing. Okay, now let's see. Okay, all right. Okay, so what is the major difference? Before I even get started on this one, now I just want to clarify that when we talk about business, okay, so this to me is the hardware, yeah. So the exact details, as to what goes into the comp plan. But when we talk about business, there is both hardware and software. So tonight I'm just going to talk about the hardware and looking and briefing all you guys on the structure, on the comp plan, the aspects, the different aspects of the comp plan. But if you want to talk about business, frankly, there's a soft side as well. So we will probably cover that, at some point. That would have to do with things like the mindset that you should have, the attitude, perhaps, that you want to be watchful about, and the whys, yeah. Okay, so coming back to this again, so the major differences in direct sales comp plan. Okay, now you see here, that there are actually three portions. So we have actually the best of three features. Yeah, ours is a hybrid compensation plan. So some of you may be aware of this affiliate marketing, right? This term. So affiliate marketing, it's something that you introduce a product and then you're paid. So there's only one level. There is no depth beyond that single level. So we have that, and then we have the binary as well as the uni level. So I hope that everyone here is aware about what binary and uni-level. I should have asked the question earlier on, whether anyone here is new to network marketing and seeing, for the first time this MLM model. But it's okay. It is actually quite simple, quite straightforward. So even if this is the first time, you don't need to be fearful about it. Okay. Now, moving on, this is our plan, yeah, the packages, the different packages, starting with bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and then diamond. So there are only 5 levels, okay, so you should see in some what's that, literature that they have also, the starter pack, but the starter pack essentially really doesn't apply to us here. It's just something that is a requirement in some countries. So bronze, the starting point, you can always start off, with just one X39, which is at $125 US. All this is in US dollars. Or 2 classics, and that gives you 77 BV. BV stands for business volume. Now some people ask me to say, hey, do you does Lifewave have any registration fee? Yeah, joining fee. There isn't any joining fee at all. We should be comparing the $125 actually to retail. So retail for one X39 is actually USD 150. Okay. So joining, at the most basic at bronze, you actually get a discount already, of $25 from the retail price at 125. But as you can see, 125, is a slightly higher price to pay for one X39 compared to silver, which is $300, which gives you three X39 or six classics, or a mixture between, X39 and classic. And it gives you 165 business volume. So the per pack of X39 becomes USD $100. Definitely a better deal than the bronze. Then you have the next leg up is actually gold. So gold comes with 500 US dollars, where you get 5 X39, and then how we actually phrase it is you get 5 X39 plus one classic sleeve for free. Yeah. Or if somebody chooses, like, you can even choose 11 classics, or a mixture between X39 and classic. So one X39 is actually equivalent to two classic sleeves. Okay, so you just need to remember that ratio. Next leg up again, is platinum at $1,000. So I think you can read from here. Just pay attention to the fact that the price per sleeve actually goes down with the higher packages, and then you get more business volume, with the higher packages. Okay, so with platinum, you pay $1,000, X39, you get 12 for a mixture, and then you get 350 BV. The highest plan that we have, that also gives you the lowest per pack cost at USD $82. So that's $1,600, which gives you 19 X39 plus one classic sleeve for free. Okay, and the unique thing about the diamond package is that you get not only 390 business volume, but you also get what we call trickle volume, 110 BV times 2. So if you include, so it's some people, they say 3 months, but the 3 months includes the current month that you actually buy the diamond, or some people would say that you get 2 months extra. You are maintained for 2 months after that. So that's what it means, that you're maintained with 110 BV times 2 months. Okay. Okay, I'm going to move on. So we'll leave the questions to later. Yeah, I'm hoping that we can finish everything and probably still leave about 5 to 10 minutes for questions. Okay, so I mentioned about the affiliate commission. Okay, so it's essentially we are referring to the product introduction bonus. So you can see here now you should be acquainted already that there's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. And these are the percentages that you see here, because if you have already joined as a member and somebody joins you as a bronze, you get paid $15, which is a 12% of the $125. Okay, if somebody joins you as a silver, you get paid $50. Gold, you get paid $100, and you get paid $150 if you are not a diamond. Okay, and then you get paid $200 if you, as the sponsor, are not a diamond. Now, just to draw your attention, to some of these, the text below that says sponsor must be a senior director or above, or within 14 weeks of upgrading to a diamond kit, extra bonus. So it's either upgrading or it's buying a diamond kit. You actually then refer to the numbers in red. Now, what is really very generous of Lifewave is this. Yeah, so if you convert it to percentage terms, okay, you see here, that we are actually one of the highest, if not the highest reward in the industry, because if you are a diamond kit joinee and then you sponsor somebody who's a diamond, you don't get paid $200, but you get paid $500, which is a 31.25%. So we are still talking about a product introduction bonus here. And this is actually very high, if I compare it across many of the companies that offer product introduction bonus. So for the platinum, instead of being paid $150, you are paid $300, and that actually is a 30%. Okay, 30% of the price, the purchase price, in terms of your PIB. Yeah, so don't you think that this is actually very generous? Okay, so going on to the next one, which is the binary bonus. Now, I'm also assuming that everybody here who joined the call, you want to do the business, right? Yeah. So I'm also explaining this in the context of those people who want to do the business, not only to understand about what the comp plan is, but you have, whether it is now or it's an intention for the future, that at some point that you will be doing the business. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, so going on to the binary bonus, which is our second bonus. Now, you see here that we are putting, indicating here as 110 PV. PV stands for personal volume. So for most of you who are aware, there is a monthly maintenance. For no rank, it's supposed to be a 55 PV. And when you're a manager and above, it is at, you maintain, at 110 PV. Now, the reason why we've indicated here as 110 PV is because if you want to go into the business, you want to do the business, this is what we recommend. Rather than maintaining, at 55 PV, you should want to maintain 110 PV already. Okay. So if you have any questions on this one, we leave it to later, and I'll explain why. Okay, so the binary tree, as the name suggests, it is left leg, right leg, so that's why they call it binary. So all you need, is, if you recall the points that are indicated, like for instance, silver comes with 165 points, right? So this is where all the points matter. So you have 660 points. If you have, 660 points on one side and you have 330 points on the other side, then you get what we call a cycle bonus. Okay, so the 660 BV, 330 BV is one cycle, which nets you USD $50, right? So you can see that there's this thing also in blue. So it doesn't matter that whether it's your 660, your big legs on the left or on the right, as long as you have, either on the left or on the right, one big leg amounting to 600 BV, and then the other leg amounting to 330 BV, the company will already pay you USD 50. Okay. So the other thing which is really, it tells you, that this is really a team sport, is because it is 100% volume roll up. So there are no levels. The binary bonus, is infinity. Okay. It doesn't matter, whether you get, there's no limits whatsoever, so it just goes on forever. Okay. So every time you get 660 BV and 330 BV, company gives you and pays you, USD $50. Okay. So what we mean, by no levels, okay, you understand that already, but 100% volume roll up is, let's say, you can see here, okay, I hope you can see my arrow. Let's say at a 6. So somebody joins, let's say a goal, at 275. So even when that goal joinee, is actually sponsored, by you in green. Okay, and it appears as number 6, number 3, number 2, number 1 as well, as yourself, you actually enjoy the 275 business volume. Okay, so this is what we mean by 100% volume roll up. Isn't it wonderful again? Yeah. And it doesn't matter, whether it's the person in green, or let's say, because everyone has 2 legs. Yeah. So when you have an account, it just comes with 2 legs. So this person, which is you in green, okay, you have a sponsor who's on top of you. So if the sponsor is to put, let's say, on the left leg, the left team, okay, at a 7, right? Same thing happens. Okay, even though it is sponsored, or even, if it is just, if it's sponsored, by your upline, and it appears on the 7, number 6, number 3, number 2, number 1, as well as the green, enjoy the volume. Yeah. Now, this is where the maintenance comes in. We need to remain active. Okay. So it's a 31 days, monthly maintenance, that we need to do with with our account. Okay. So just now already mentioned about 110 PV. Now, what is 55 PV? 55 PV is essentially, just one classic patch. Okay. And 110 PV is like one X39 plus one classic patch. Okay, so you will see from there that that there's excess points. Okay, one X39 gives you 77 points, and one classic patch gives you 55 points. All right, so you will get 132 points, but you don't have to worry about that, yeah, because the excess points is not removed, not taken away. The excess points, so let's say that you are a manager already and you have to maintain 110, but then you have 100 and you have 77 plus 55, yeah, you get one X39 and one Icewave, for instance. So the balance, the excess of 22 points, 132 minus 110, okay, the 22 points is actually put into your weak leg the following month. Okay, so you all know that there's a strong leg and there's a weak leg, yeah. So the company is very fair again, and all these points just adds up to dollars at the end of the day. The moment it accumulates to 330, assuming that it's on the leg left, the weaker leg that we're talking about, and then you have 660 on the other side, the company pays you $50. Okay, fair and square. Number 4, it says here 52 weeks volume carryover. So if you are active and you're doing the business, you are sharing, you are earning binary and so on and so forth, you don't have to worry about this. Okay, so this 52 weeks volume carryover is just telling you that if there's no activity whatsoever, let's say if you earn that 1 point on the 1st of November of 2023, and there's absolutely no movement whatsoever, that point will get flushed or it expires in 52 weeks, which means that it's 1st November of 2024. Okay, so that's what it means. Okay, now if you have not gone into the system yet as well, you see that there's some squares here with heart shape. Yeah, heart shape means that it's sponsored by you. Okay, so you are the personal sponsor. So there are those here that are not heart shape. It means that it is not sponsored by you. It's probably placed by either one of your downlines, or it could be somebody on top of you, who actually placed it in your leg. Okay. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, now this is where the ranks come in. Yeah. So this is the rank recognition. So previous to that, when we talk about packages, it is only enrollment kits that we are talking about from bronze to diamond. Okay. Now you can see here, right? There are some numbers. What matters here is actually the weekly binary commissions maximum payout. So this is where the ranks come in. We always recommend, that it's manager, and we'll come to that. I'll explain a little bit. But just taking a step back, when you start off and you are no rank, you will have a maximum cap of $100 per week. Yeah. So that means, that if you're earning $200, the company only pays you $100. The other $100 will have to be deferred, to the following week. Now, the problem is, if every week you are earning, let's say $200-300, then, you will never actually, enjoy the full, your commissions, because you're only seeing $100, that $200-300, whatever may be, gets continually deferred, and the company does not defer forever. After 52 weeks, it also does a cutoff there. If you have commissions that's not paid to you, because you're subjected to this weekly commission maximum payout of $100, it actually disappears as well after 52 weeks. Okay. So for those of us here who are looking at it as a business, it is important, for us to become a manager, and it's actually quite straightforward to become a manager. One of the key benefits here, and it's so simple, to become a manager, because all you need, is to become a gold, and then, you have two active personally sponsored silvers on your left and your right leg, and you maintain, at 110 PV, then, you become a manager already. So the benefits of becoming a manager, number one, your maximum weekly payout gets increased, from the $100 to $1,500. Okay. So in terms of cycle, yeah. So just now we spoke about cycle bonus. When it is not a manager, when you're not a manager, you're only enjoying 2 weekly cycles. When you become a manager, you actually enjoy 30 weekly cycles. Okay. So if you are maxing out as a manager on your binary commissions, which is 1,005, imagine this, that it's actually very decent earnings already, because it's 1,005 per week times 4, which is 6,000. What's that, per month? And this is USD. It comes to about 7,000 over dollars Sing already. Okay. Now, and then the next rank up there is director. Oh yes, I forgot to mention why also it is so important for us doing business, for us to be at least a manager, is because when you are a manager, the third bonus actually comes out, which is the matching bonus, or some call it a leadership bonus. So we will come to that in a little while. The next step after that is director. So the weekly binary commissions, the maximum payout for a director increases from 1,005 to 2,005. And again, to become a director, it is actually very straightforward. It is 3 active personally sponsored on each leg, and then you have 1 personally sponsored paid as manager on each leg, and you yourself, you're just maintaining at 110. Okay. And then with 2005, the cycle bonus actually increases as well from 30 to 50, amounting. So it's just 50 times, what's that, times 50, which gives you 2005, so that's how the maths work out. Now, for the rank senior director, executive director, presidential director, and above, it is all the above for a director. And then after that, that's where the group volume contribution comes in. Okay. So the group volume contribution is just means, that it is volume. That means that, like, if somebody comes in at the silver, it's 165 and it's 275. These are the volume that we're talking about, but it has to be coming from your own group. Okay. So within your group, the points all count, and when you hit 10,000 GVC, there are various acronyms being used. One is GVU, one is GCV, but don't get confused. It means the same thing. Okay, it is group volume contribution or group contribution volume. Yeah, in some of the texts. So for a senior director, firstly, your weekly binary commissions maximum payout, gets increased to 3,005, and 10,000 GVC. While it seems like quite a stretch, but frankly speaking, after a while, it is very achievable. Okay. Then you have the executive director, and the difference there is between the 10,000 GVC and 50,000 GVC. Oh, sorry, the other thing, which the senior director and above, need to also meet, is having 2 directors. Okay. Personally sponsored paid as directors. That's how you qualify as a senior director. And then, when you want to rank up, to be an executive director, it is the same as well. You need 2 personally sponsored directors, and then you need that 50,000 GVC, which means, that the volume should be coming from your group. Okay. So I'll stop there, executive director, seeing as I think, most people here are fairly new. Okay. I'm just going to move on right now. Okay. So what I just explained, is all these things. Yeah. the manager, I'll just reiterate one more time, all it takes, is for you to maintain your account at 110 PV, and then to have 2 silver paid as sponsored, personally sponsored by you on the left, and similarly on the right. Okay. And then for director, it is also having, the 2 silvers plus 1 manager personally sponsored. So the keyword here is personally sponsored, and they have to be paid as, the rank. They have to be active, of course. Okay. And then similarly, on the right as well. And then, for senior director, it is, the 2 silvers on the left, 2 silvers on the right, paid as personally sponsored, plus, a director. Now, the director doesn't need to be, on the left and right. It can also appear on just one leg. So it can appear, either on the left leg, or it appears, on the right leg. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to the matching bonus. So as I mentioned just now, okay, why from a business perspective, we seriously need, to be a manager and above is because of this. Now, just by becoming a manager, the first level or first generation of additional bonus, matching bonus, actually, you would already qualify for that. Okay, so it is the first level is so simple. The moment you are paid as manager, you will get 25% of a person whom you personally sponsored who earns a binary. Okay, and then at the second generation you earn 20%. Okay, and you just need to meet the minimum of 6 cycles in paid commissions. Okay, and for the third, you also can earn that 20% of that person. Now, okay, sorry, the second generation and third generation is not brought in by you. Okay, so the second generation is brought in by the first generation. The third generation is brought in by the second generation. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Huh? So for the third generation, of course, it becomes slightly more stringent here. Okay, because we're looking at a minimum 10 cycles in paid commissions weekly. And then we also need to fulfill this. You need a 3 active personally silver on a personally sponsored silver on each leg, and then you must have also 1 personally sponsored distributor earning second generation matching. Okay, on each leg. Okay, so this just shows you visually what it means. Okay, so this is your first generation, this is the second generation, and this is the third generation. Okay. So if you remember just now I mentioned about the hearts. Okay, so if you sponsor somebody directly, you're the direct sponsor, you will see that heart. So the heart will appear on your first generation. So your first generation who sponsors somebody, there's no heart anymore. There's a heart, to that person, but not to you. But you will still be enjoying, the binary, the matching bonus, from the second generation's binary commissions. Okay, and likewise also for the third generation. Okay, so now why it's important for us and for me, to use the term generation, because you can see here that we are not talking about levels. We are talking like first generation here. It can appear as, that if you want to consider this as a first level, but it can appear on a second level, it can appear on a third level, the green. It can appear, on the 100th level also. It doesn't matter. Okay. So it is not really leveling, but then, it is generation. So it is people whom you personally sponsor. 1 year down the road, 10 years down the road, you personally sponsor somebody, that person is still your first generation. All right. Okay, so this example is, some people say, yeah, okay, that doesn't sound like big money. Let me just show you here very quickly. Yeah. So assuming, that you have, you have 5 people whom you personally sponsored. Okay. And so they are your first level. And each of them just earns 100 US dollars per week times 5, so you see here, it's 2,000, and then you get a 25%, so you get already US $500. Okay, so assuming that 5 of the people whom you personally sponsored who are bring in also 5 people. So you will see, you know, at the end, $2,000 here. And then likewise, you know, with each of the 5 bringing in that 5, it's 125 people, you know, at the third level, and you're looking at 10,000 already, and it's already 12,005. Okay. So this illustration here just tells you, you know, that if somebody is earning that 100 US dollars, it's already this amount. So what happens, you know, if it's not $100, okay, let's just assume, but it's $1,000. So each person, okay, personally sponsored, they bring in $1,000. So you are looking at 5,000 already, right? So, and if it's the second generation, again, each of them is to earn just that 1,000, and you're getting that 20%, you're getting 20,000 already. Right. And likewise, you know, for the third generation, you're looking at 100,000, you know, so the numbers are not small. Okay. So that's where we have some people, while they are, I say, you know, there's a max, you know, on what you can earn on a binary, but then this is unlimited. Of course, you know, they're subject to an overall cap of 60%. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we went through this just now, so I'm just going to skip this. Okay, so now I'm showing this because there is a strategy here. So let's assume, you know, that somebody joins as a silver, and the person says, you know, that I want to buy more products. Okay, so now rather than the person buying loose, yeah, you want to be able to tell that person it's a better idea for the person to do an upgrade. It's a good idea to upgrade because, you know, then that person gets the product at a cheaper rate. But at the same time, when the person upgrades, you also get paid the balance, okay, between, let's say, silver is $50, right? You know, as a PIB. So 100, sorry, gold is 100. So you get a balance, you know, of $50, okay? So this is a win-win situation. We encourage people to take this route, and when they do an upgrade, their account is also maintained. Okay, so I hope everybody is clear why it's important to you know, to have our accounts maintained, because if we are planning for this to be a business, we will have points. Now, if I can just tell you an example of somebody, you know, who didn't want to maintain or who forgot to maintain. And you know, there was somebody in my midst here, you know, who lost about 50,000 points. So if you convert that to dollars, that is quite a few $1,000s that the person lost. Okay. Okay. So anyway, back to this one again. So the strategy here, you know, is one of upgrading where it benefits that user who needs patches. At the same time, you know, as the sponsor, you also benefit because you get to earn the balance PIB all the way to diamond, and everybody only has one chance to be diamond. So you might as well, you know, just upgrade to diamond where you can. Okay. Okay. Now, talking still, you know, about maintenance, and I cannot stress enough, yeah, that this is so important. I cited to you this person, you know, who lost 50,000 points, unfortunately, because she missed the date. So this is where, if you're doing this maintenance, you know, on a monthly basis, there is a good chance, you know, that you could miss it. And, you know, I tell you, after that, you know, it is, you can cry father, cry mother, you know, to Lifewave. They can't help you. Okay. There's no turning back the clock. So if you forgot, if, you know, God forbid, you know, if you're ill or you're just distracted with, you know, other commitments, and you know, you've got that. I've got somebody who actually lost about 250,000 points. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it was a very, very painful experience for that person. So this makes a lot of sense, yeah, for us to get in, you know, into this maintenance packs, because then we don't need to worry so much. Okay, month after month, you just need to put in your calendar 6 months down the road, and that's it. Okay, you know, you don't need to look at you know, whether or you wake up in the middle of the night, you know, wondering whether you've maintained or not. So with the maintenance kits, you get also the best price. Okay, for the patches, you can see here, and I hope you guys know how you actually get into this maintenance kits. It's actually store, and then you have the upgrades, you have the maintenance kits there besides, you know, the all products. Okay. Okay, now I congratulate everyone here, okay? Because frankly speaking, anyone who joined during this time, we are all considered to be the pioneer group, okay? And positioning is very key. You want to be above the people, whom you're trying to recruit, not to be recruited by somebody else, okay? Okay, so this is how, it goes when it comes to our business, okay? It is hard work, I must tell you this, yeah? But it's very enjoyable work. It's very fulfilling, very purposeful because we have a fantastic product and technology. We have a technology and a product, that not only is effective, but it works also fast. Okay. So it works for our business as well. And that's why for me, spreading the word, having chats with people, patching an auntie in the coffee shop, just so that hopefully, she can feel better. These are the things that I enjoy. Yeah. So with that, when we are prepared to put in the work, we will see the results. This is really all about consistency. It's all about discipline. It's all about creating the right habits. Okay. And we are right now, in a place, really a very good place here. Okay. We are not at $1 billion yet, so we are probably about maybe 500 million. But really, the momentum is very strong. I forgot to mention or put in a slide here that there is this app that measures what do you call it, business from home opportunities. Okay, they measure the momentum. So Jackie showed me that let's see now, I think it was 12 to 15 months ago, we were ranked already quite highly at about 42 or 45. And Jackie showed me the results. I mean, our latest ranking just 2 days ago. And I think, what are we again? Number what, Jackie?
Number 3.
So we are number 3. So imagine, within the 12 to 15 months, in terms of momentum, we jumped from 45 to 3. Okay. And there's a very good chance that they'll be number 1, but I'm not bothered about us being number 1 because you look at that. I mean, it's it's an amazing, no matter what yardstick you use, it's an amazing achievement for us to leapfrog from 45 to 3. And it's because, the market, the people, the population, the aging population, and the receptiveness of the people, the fact, that they are tired of supplements already. Of course, the many are tired of medication as well. So for something like our product, our technology that's non-invasive, non-drugs, and that is used, by sports people, professional sports people, doctors, it is really a powerful story, very compelling story for us to present. Okay. We're almost out of time. Any questions I can take at this point? Yeah, am I clear or as clear as mud?
To be honest, I think it's a little short today, because it's only 45 minutes. I'm sure we do have people with questions, but maybe the next session.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Unfortunately, we got Shanghai. Yeah, we were planning for Thursday, and all of a sudden, this otherwise would have been a full hour to hour and a half that we could have spent on this. Okay, I will make available the slides. Okay. And let's see now. Actually, there's a lot of material. So I don't know whether you guys have the video from the SPD Ronald Lee from Malaysia. Okay, so he has also, got the slides, to explain, and he explains it very well on our compensation plan also. But I'll make available the slides to everyone here. Let's see now. Okay, so I just want to make sure I capture this. Okay, most welcome. Yeah. Now, okay, now don't be too concerned, okay, that you need to understand every single aspect before, you get to do the business. Yeah. In most cases, okay, like for instance, myself, I didn't truly understand until I reached a certain stage. Then, I went through it. I said, oh my God, okay, I didn't know this. Yeah. Then I said, oh, okay, this is something that's new. So you will get into, you'll get the right knowledge, as you move along. So you have to do it. It's not only to hear and then, you hope to be able to remember. Okay. Now, if in doubt, at all. So who to reach. Your upline, your sponsor, should be the first person. But at the same time, it goes beyond that. If you need to, need more help, okay, you know where to reach. Jackie, myself, we have, I don't know whether everybody here is, in our chat group. Okay, sorry, we have a question here from Kenneth. Let me just quickly answer this question. Oops. Where is it? Okay, so Kenneth, for maintenance every month, it is due from the time I first signed out, or from the time from when you last upgraded. It's from when you last upgraded. Okay, because when you upgrade, when you buy, let's say your maintenance is supposed to be on the 10th of the month, but you bought to maintain on the 6th of the month. That means that it actually starts on the 6th, not on the 10th after that. Okay, so every time there's a change, it starts from the date. Now that's the other reason. Now, yeah, the other thing as well, everybody should be logging into their dashboard every week. Okay, Mondays or Tuesdays, please log in. Okay, because you see that notice that tells you that you have to be in case you forget, yeah, that you have to maintain by Sunday. So the maintenance, even though it's supposed to be, let's say, on the Monday or Tuesday, that date, the company actually gives you until Sunday for you to maintain. Okay, so you have time, but you must know that you have time. So you don't even log in, you won't know. All right. So whether it is, the dates, that keep moving around, we don't worry too much. Now, the other reason why, we recommend, that people actually sign on to the maintenance package, because on the date, that you're supposed to maintain, if it's on a Monday to Thursday to Friday, no problem, because, you have until Sunday. But what if it is on a Saturday or on a Sunday, right? And then, you forget about this. Now, this is where there were a few people who encountered, that kind of challenge, and yeah, they actually missed the date. Okay. So Kenneth, I hope I answered that question. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah, I need to let you guys go, but I hear Charlotte as well. This is a little bit short. We need to do this again the next time around. Yeah, probably what I want to do, rather than go through it in this manner, I'm going to assume that you guys have gone through it yourself, and then we do a Q&A, okay, an FAQ. I think that would be more effective, right? So whatever that is relevant, specific to areas that you cannot understand, straight away we clarify that. Okay, can do. Okay.
Jonas,
Yes.
can I suggest something?
Sure.
Okay, so maybe for your next session, after you kind of announce the date in advance, we could have everybody prepare like question and then like send it over to you so that you are prepared to answer those questions, and then we save a lot of time as well.
Yeah, sure. Either way, either you send me the questions, or when we are having the session that time, I expect that you should be asking me those questions.
Yep. All right. Thanks a lot, Jonas.
Okay. Okay, so with that, everyone, I better let you go because I need to jump onto that BOP also. Okay. So with that, thank you so much, everyone, and we will see each other in the BOP. Okay, thank you. All right. See you guys.
Thank you.